Your home is supposed to be your sanctuary, a place where you can be safe from all the dangers of the outside world. But if you suffer from chronic fatigue, headaches, or difficulty breathing, you just may be living inside the enemy.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
David and Kelly Ford and their twin sons, Jack and Max, have lived in this Southern California home for nearly 2 years.
Whoa!
But now they're starting to wonder, could their house be making them sick?
I've thought about whether or not my home was healthy because I've had asthma for a long time, and if I walk in the house, my asthma almost always gets worse.
The boys haven't officially been diagnosed with asthma, but in the past they've had the RSV virus, which they're more susceptible for getting bronchial infections.
In fact, most of what's in our homes, from carpets to cleaning products, contains toxic chemicals that can affect our health.
When I think about toxins in the home, I think about the Aaron Brockovich movie.
This hexavalent chromium, oh, it's poisonous. Yeah.
To find out just how healthy or unhealthy the Ford's house is, we called in the experts, the founders of GreenNest.com, Lisa and Ron Barris, who educate consumers about dangerous toxins in the home, and Larry Gust, an environmental inspector. First, the most dangerous room in the house for David.
A double bed about this size can actually hold up to 2 million dust mites. So this bed really should have a barrier cover, especially for Dave with his asthma.
And since this house is 40 years old, a lead test was done. Next, the water quality.
You have to keep in mind, and whatever's in the water is going in your body as well.
So what's in the Ford's water? 65% of homes have gas leaks, and this home is no different. Environmental Inspector Larry Gust then checked the house for water leaks and mold. He then tested for something you've probably never heard of, the body voltage, or the amount of electricity on the children when they're sleeping.
And we see all kinds of issues associated with this body voltage. Bedwetting in children, poor sleep patterns, waking up a lot, not feeling rested. We're actually seeing 1 volt AC on the child's body. The best level for health would be less than 0.02 volts.
No one can say for sure if this house is affecting the Ford's health, but what is certain, they would like to breathe a little easier. David and Kelly Ford are at home in Southern California. As we mentioned, Ron and Lisa Barris are the founders of GreenNest.com, and Lisa's also the author of a children's book called My Body, My House. Good morning to everybody.
Good morning.
So Lisa, before we check in with David and Kelly, okay, why don't you give me the verdict? Exactly how healthy or unhealthy is their home?
Okay, well, unfortunately, their house is not healthy. The reasons are basically this, and this is typical of most homes. We found contaminants in the water linked to cancers and heart problems and more diseases. We found high body voltage in the nursery because of electrical wiring in the wall near the cribs. We found a gas leak in the water heater that they didn't even know was there. And most importantly, we found poor indoor air quality from mold that was found in the carpet, as well as a very serious dust mite problem that they didn't know they had in the carpet.
Is their home unhealthy as in run for your lives, move to another place unhealthy, or is their home unhealthy as in make some changes?
It's unhealthy as in make some changes. And that's what we're here to say, is that most people have contaminants in their home, and you can do something about it.
All right, David and Kelly, are you surprised by this news?
I am scared and surprised.
I'm a little bit surprised. I didn't know what to expect, though.
We mentioned that we can't say for certain that what's going on in your home is responsible for some of the health issues that you and your family seem to have been experiencing, but are you prepared now to, A, either leave that home or make these serious changes that we're talking about?
Probably make some changes.
Definitely make changes.
All right, Lisa, let's talk about some of the changes they can make, and let's start with what I'm standing next to right here. We've got a purifier, right?
Right. This is a HEPA Air Purifier, and this is what I would recommend for Dave and Kelly. Most people just don't know that the air inside their home is more polluted than the outdoor air.
And by the way, you got to change the filters on these things. I mean, you can't just have one forever, because after a while you're not doing any good.
That's right, and that's a big problem with people. So you got to change your pre-filter once a year and the HEPA once every 5 years.
Absolutely. And that particular filter right there has a true medical grade HEPA, which removes over 99% of particulates out of the air. And unlike a lot of other purifiers, it also removes gases, chemicals, and odors. So very important.
These are special models actually made for babies in kids' rooms, right?
Yep, these are called baby's breath. And childhood asthma is the most chronic disease with children right now. So this is really important. We're finding babies are already being born with over 200 chemicals in their blood. They need clean air.
How much is something like this?
This is $300.
$300. Okay, these are filters for water for your shower. How expensive is something like that?
Between 30 and 50. People don't realize this. They're drinking water. People are worried about drinking water, but your shower contains 50% of the chlorine intake you take in a day. A real simple thing to do is get a shower filter. It removes the chlorine gases that you're breathing in. Your shower can be like a gas chamber.
One of the things we learned in the piece is that we're all cleaning our homes with products that perhaps we should take a second look at.
Absolutely. Manufacturers aren't required to label the ingredients in their cleaning products, so you don't know what you're getting when you look at the label. There's not a lot of long-term testing on these chemicals. A lot of them are carcinogenic. And we're breathing this in, especially with Dave who has asthma and his kids who are prone to it. You need to be really careful and use non-toxic cleaning products.
And what about this whole candle idea? I mean, a lot of people bring candles in the house and think, okay, I'm getting kind of a beautiful scent in my house. It's improving quality of life, and yet some of them are made with products that are actually harming you.
Right, and what you just said there, a scent. Everybody loves a great scent. But most scented candles are made with petroleum-derived, chemically manufactured scents. So guess what? You're breathing this in as it's getting into the air. You need to be really careful. Try to use a non-scented candle with a vegetable-based wax.
Ron, a lot of people watched that piece and they said, the body voltage?
I know. It's dangerous. We're 100 million times more exposed to electromagnetic radiation than our grandparents were. You have the microwaves and you have everything else going on with the laptops and the wireless. So you really have to be careful. It can actually break down your immune system. And someone like Dave and the family who have problems with asthma and things too are even more susceptible because now
But what can you do about that? I mean, if your house is already wired, you got to sleep in your house.
Right.
What's the solution for that?
Well, there's a variety of solutions, but the basic solution is just to avoid it. And it's hard to do in today's day and age.
As we showed in the thing, you can actually turn off certain circuit breakers. If you know you have a high voltage coming from an area near a baby's crib, you can actually turn the circuit breakers off when you go to sleep at night. And there's actually devices that you can get for that.
All right, there's other information having to do with carpets, how often you should clean them, what new carpets can present in terms of dangers in the house. So a lot of information. David and Kelly, before I go away, are you going to sleep more sound tonight or less sound?
I think more sound because we'll probably start implementing some of Lisa and Ron's advice.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, well, good luck to you. Let us know if you make those changes. We hope you guys feel well and sleep sound. And Lisa and Ron, thank you very much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Nice to see you guys.